Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Lonchauskas. Today is the 1st of August 2018. So welcome everyone, welcome to this third summer month, the beginning of the third summer month. And in today's session we're going to have a look at a few instruments that I believe are quite interesting right now and looking quite interestingly right now. And yeah, but before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, just a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers website and specifically our JFD Brokers research page, which we update on a daily basis. So, yep, feel free to check us out. I believe you can find a lot of useful stuff here for yourselves, guys. So, yep. But for now, let's quickly have a look at the charts. So the first one I want to start looking at is the Dow Jones. Now, the Dow Jones is at a very tricky spot right now. So, certainly at the moment, looking at this bigger picture, we can see that it kind of continues to climb higher, still getting supported by this upwards moving trend line that has been running since the lows here around the beginning of July, let's say like that. But at the moment, of course, you can see that yesterday we had a bit of a decline here, and we've managed to test that that trend line here, and now we're kind of currently balancing just slightly above that trend line, but actually below this key level of resistance at around 25,450. Now you can see that it managed to test it again yesterday, and sorry, I'm talking about yesterday. We had a nice positive candle. So the day before that, on Monday, we had a bearish candle. So I do apologize, just let me quickly correct myself here. But this is what's interesting, like I said, because yesterday we've closed in this little zone, which now kind of actually makes us worry a little bit, because if we get a nice break above this, then yep, that's perfect. We could continue pushing higher. We could maybe, well, we could of course start targeting these recent highs we had around the 25,575, and then of course the better, slightly better area of potential resistance could be seen at around 25,800. But of course, for this scenario, we would need to see, well, not only a good move above this 25,450, but also a good break here above this 25,575 mark, approximately there. So something to keep an eye on, guys, today. But let's say again, if this support line here, this trend line, it gets broken, and it gets broken to the downside, certainly this could raise a bit more concerns, and we could maybe see this one traveling a little bit lower. So a good potential area, a good potential strong area of support could be seen around this little level right here. Let me just quickly highlight that for you guys, and that is around the psychological 25,000 mark. So this could be a nice area to watch. Certainly if we get a break here below that, this upside support line, and this is where we could start seeing a move maybe towards this psychological 25,000, which could eventually prove itself a very important level of support. But if we get a break here below this level, if we get a break in a close below the 25,000 level, now this is where we should start let's not use the word like should, but could potentially position ourselves for even lower levels, and we could start examining lower more declines here. So in other words, keep an eye on the 25,000, guys, but only keep an eye on it if we get a nice break and a close here below this upside support line. For now, certainly if we get a continuation here to the upside, certainly keep on monitoring this 25,450 level. If we get a nice break here above, then keep a close eye on this this level here at around 25,575. But if that doesn't hold as well, I mean, this could look nice for the index, and we could see that one traveling a little bit higher here, maybe even towards this 25,800 level, which we've seen here as a nice area of resistance at around the 27th of February. Now, one of the commodities that I really wanted to touch on with you guys and show you, just to kind of let you have it on your radar, and that's cocoa. So cocoa, now, if this is going to be correct, if this pattern is going to be correct, and we're actually going to form here a nice falling wedge formation, now this is the area probably to keep an eye on then. So certainly at the moment it seems like it wants to continue pushing lower. Certainly you can see that it found its nice support at around 2170 mark, but if that gets broken again, this is opening the path towards this 2120 level. Keep an eye on that one. This also proved to be a very nice area of support in the past, and also it acted as a nice area of resistance here last year around the end of November. And certainly we slightly below that we do have the so-called the lower side of the wedge. Now, of course, again, if we see a nice bounce off of it and we see a nice rejection off of this level, then probably, yep, we could start looking at this as a falling wedge, and we could maybe potentially aim for a nice rebound and a move higher. But for that, of course, for this move, for us to see this move, we would need to see certainly a drop here first, a rejection here around the lower side of the wedge, and then a move back above this 2170 mark. Now this is an important level here, this 2170. If we get a nice break and a close here above, this could open the path towards the 2255 level, and of course if that doesn't hold, well, we could see this this commodity moving higher and aiming for this upper bound of the wedge, which theoretically could get broken as per all the textbooks, but certainly, of course, keep an eye on it. I mean, it doesn't mean that we could break it straight away here. Maybe we could retrace again back down, and then maybe, of course, we'll have to just reevaluate this commodity again. But this is what's in regards to this possible scenario if we see this as a falling wedge. If this continues to break lower, well, keep an eye on this 2065 mark, guys. This has been a nice area of resistance here in the past, so it could potentially act as a nice area of support this time. So it acted as a nice area of resistance here in the beginning of February this year. So also could see a nice rebound from this one, and see, well, and try to evaluate from there. But for now, all eyes are in this area here. This is just an idea, guys. This is something for you to keep an eye on. We could potentially see a reversal here in this commodity. Very quick touch on Bitcoin now. Don't want to spend too much time on it, but this is when I was looking at this one in one of my videos, and I was talking about this level right here, the 7770. I told you guys to keep an eye on it because basically we can see that we've broken it to the downside. Now it seems that it wants to continue pushing lower, and the next potential area of support could be this one here at around 6850, and of course slightly below that we do have this short-term upside support line that's running here, and both of these could actually be classed as nice support levels here, and from which the crypto could bounce back up here and move higher. But certainly we'll have to just reevaluate it at this point, if it gets to this point, of course. But this could be, like I said, this could be a nice possible scenario here where we could move a little bit lower, and then we could see this bounce and a move higher after that. So for now, keep on monitoring this one. Certainly if this suddenly reverses back up here straight away, keep an eye on this 8630. Now a nice break above this level and a nice close above this level could open the path towards this the psychological 10,000 level, so the long-awaited 10,000. Keep an eye on it, guys. Could play out as a nice trade later on. Let's jump into one of the pairs that I really wanted to touch on, and that's GBPCAD. Now I've covered this one in one of my previous previous videos recently, and certainly this is what I was talking about. I was talking about this level here, the support level, this 170.55 mark. Now, as you can see, it's getting a nice rebound here today to the upside. Certainly the day has not finished yet. We might actually have a full reversal here and move lower, and if we do get a break lower here, and if we do get a close below this line, below this key support area at around 170.55, now this is where it could turn out to be quite ugly for the pair, and we could see that one traveling even lower, maybe even towards this 169.25 mark. Now it proved to be a nice good area of support here around the 11th of January, but if that doesn't hold, there is a slightly better area of potential support at around 167.60. So but that's what's in regards to a possible break and a close here below this 170.55 mark. If, of course, if this continues to rebound and let's say we get a close above this level, now there is some hope for the bears still, and we could see this pair then traveling back up here towards this downwards moving trend line here that has been running since the peak of the 22nd of June. We could end up testing that one from underneath, and certainly, of course, we'll have to just evaluate it there, because if we get a break here, above this line, well, I mean, this could turn out to be a nice feast for the bulls, and they could maybe drive this pair a little bit higher towards this 173 mark. So for now, of course, all eyes are on the 170.55. Let's see if it bounces nicely back up here and closes the day above this line, or actually this fully reverses and moves lower and closes the day below that. Now, like I said, it could be a nice trade here if we stay above this level, because like I said, we could potentially target the 170 mark, which is approximately around this level where it could touch the downwards moving trend line. So and one last pair that I really wanted to touch on, guys, probably very important for now, and this is the US dollar against the Chinese yuan. Now, certainly, as you can see, the Chinese yuan is getting devalued, and certainly we're seeing this effect here with a steep rise here in the USDCNY, and certainly the question here is, when is this steep upside support line going to get broken? Because if we get a nice break here below, this could eventually be seen as a possible entry for the bears here, and we could maybe see this pair dropping a little bit lower towards these key areas of support, which previously acted as strong areas of resistance, but now, like I said, they would be acting as a very nice areas of support, certainly. But before we start examining the downside, we need to see a nice good break and a close below this upside support line here, the steep upside support line, and then we could aim for lower levels. Certainly, if we get a bit below this one right here at around 6.74, this could be seen as a quite a bit of a negative one for this pair, and we could see a good drop here, maybe even towards this level right here at around 6.60. So for now, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on this upside support line. Certainly on the upside, well, we do have this recent high which we had around the 30th of July, and that's approximately around this 6.84 mark. So keep an eye on that one. If we get a nice break and a close above this could open the path towards higher levels, and to be honest, this is a level to watch on the upside if we do get a break above that level that I was talking about. Initially, of course, keep an eye on this little drop here that we had around the 18th of May last year, and that was approximately around the 6.86 mark, 87. Let's round it up. So could be a nice potential area for resistance, but again, like I said, for that we would need to see a nice move, a nice clear move above this 6.84 mark, and this is where we could start positioning ourselves for higher levels. So for now, All eyes are, of course, on this upside support line, and of course on this recent high at around 6.84. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you found it useful. And if you want to join me tomorrow morning at my Traders Espresso, and that's 6 o'clock GMT time, 7 o'clock British Summer Time. But for now, I hope you have a good US session, and for those who are finished for today, have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.